ABC. It is old metal rocker. 65 here. I have another episode of What's Spinning. I kind of changed that a little bit. I used to call it What's Been Banging on My Head, but I'm going with What's Spinning now. But anyway, these are going to be quick. I'm not going to spend a lot of time. I got quite a few. Been listening to a lot of music over the last winter, actually, last couple of weeks, a lot. And but anyway, we're going to start with some stuff from the 70s. Some Wild Turkey out of the UK, some hard rock, progressive rock. 2 albums they have out. This one, their first, Battle Hymn, came out when it was 72, and then their second album, which was just entitled Wild Turkey, came out in 73, and they disbanded. The main member went on to form Cathargo and formed Paris with Bob Welsh. And then a band from 1978, Octopus, female-fronted progressive rock band, and Ocean of Rocks on the Sky label. Some killer stuff if you like progressive rock. Kind of has a Deep Purple vibe, but with female vocals. But still very good stuff. And from 72, a band that Tony Iommi found, a band called Necromandus. It's not a well-known band from back in the early days, probably over in the UK, yes, where they were from. But they have that signature cult underground hard rock sound like Armageddon had, Budgie had, bands like that. Well, this band is kind of in that same general vicinity. 4-piece, I mean, just killer stuff. I'm sure you can find it on CD, even vinyl yet, but check them out. Lasted 1 year. And then a band out of Michigan from 74, progressive rock. This is kind of a cult classic underground from the 70s, Copperfield, Tales Untold. Killer guitars, heavy Hammond B organs. Again, has a little bit of that Deep Purple vibe going on. Actually, you could say it Grand Funk, Uriah Heep, yeah, more Uriah Heep. Yes, Blood Rock, Goliath. So check them out. Only one album. And then a band out of the Netherlands, a band called Cargo. And 2 brothers, progressive rock. 2 songs, I want to say 2 songs per side, yeah. It's only 4 songs, but in total they track about 40, just about 40 minutes. But Cargo plain cover, fantastic progressive rock. Killer, great guitar solos on here. But I mean, a fantastic album if you like 70s European progressive rock, you know. To me, progressive rock originated in the late 60s, you know, or the 60s, mid to late 60s, and it kind of just took off from there, became progressive metal, still progressive rock around, but Cargo, yeah, check them out. And then, of course, had to hear this classic, my favorite, Aerosmith, Rocks, from 76 on Columbia Records. Hard and heavy record for its time. Lots put it in the metal category. I could go right in there. I mean, there's just not one bad track on here. It's just solid release from Steven Tyler and the boys at their peak on this album, I believe. But yeah, great album. And now, I've been into a lot of thrash lately, a lot of thrash. I've been buying a lot, listening to a lot. This one here I'm going to start out with I was over at Amazon here last week looking for some stuff, and this one came up in my algorithm. So I went and checked it out, some Suicidal Angels with Profane Prayer from 2024. And this was on sale for a little over 18 bucks. Normally it was going for like just about 32 bucks maybe. Now, about 30 bucks it was originally priced, but I snapped it up, man. Am I glad I ever did. This thing rips. Just killer stuff. I believe these guys are out of Spain, I do believe, or Italy. One of the two, or Greece even. But I believe might be Greece here. But ripper of an album. And then of course this thing, the brand new Warbringer, Wrath and Ruin. What a killer album this is. After 5 years, finally released some new material. I mean, this thing is deadly. I love this. I mean, just fantastic album. I mean, it's well worth the wait. 5 years. Killer thrash. It kind of even has, it's definitely a thrash album, and it has some vocal leanings towards black metal. It even musically might have a little bit of leanings towards the black metal, which I don't mind. I love black and thrash. Why wouldn't I like this? This thing is heavy. I believe it's their 5th release. And then of course another killer release. This just came out a couple weeks back. Brand New Destruction. Wow. Birth of Malice. Such a good album. Randy Black on this is amazing. Scheimer is killer as well. Kind of harkens back to the older, earlier Destruction in my opinion. But yeah, this thing is a beast. And then I kind of went into my thrash area of where my discography is. I have all my thrash albums together in vinyl and CDs, so I just, if I want thrash, boom, it's there. I haven't heard this in a long time. Some Biocancer with ear-piercing thrash. And this is a killer album. Almost looks like an Ed Repka cover, but it is not a Repka cover. I'm trying to, I can't read the name. It's so hard to read down in this, down here by the belt there. It's just really hard to read, you know, but man, this came out 12 years ago. It's still a great album from these guys. Biocancer. I think they have 2 albums. And then I've seen a lot of people on the VC show this. I didn't pick it up when it first came out. I wanted to see if the price lowered down. It finally did. And I picked up the new Atrophy and Asylum. Man, this thing is killer. Man, it's just something about thrash that just gets the blood flowing hot and heavy, and you know, this does it as well. This new album from Atrophy, their 3rd release, I believe, Asylum. But yeah, man. And this year I've noticed, at least from January to March 20th, first day of spring, that there's been a lot of great thrash releases coming out. A lot of good traditional heavy metal coming out with the female vocals. I mean, stuff like Sanhedrin, Tower, Christian Mistress, Savage Master, stuff like that. I mean, great stuff all coming out. And but to me, it seems like it's thrash and killer traditional heavy metal. So anyway, Atrophy, yeah. And then I got this one here from Music on Vinyl. I've seen a guy show it on Thrashing Like a Maniac on one of the Facebook sites that I'm a part of. They showed this Best of Annihilator, which just came out this year. And this sounds amazing. 180 gram vinyl. It has cuts from the first 3 albums. Of course, Alice in Hell, Never Never Land, and Set the World on Fire. And this thing sounds amazing. Put out by Music on Vinyl, but it has the Roadrunner label. I'm sure Music on Vinyl acquired the rights to put it out. And but yeah, this is killer. Waiting for the others to come out now. It's been 5 years. I think Darcy over at 6 Strings, 9 Lives, we go back and forth about these Annihilators that were supposed to come out on vinyl after Set the World on Fire. And nothing. The only one I've seen is this one here. And then this is killer as well. This came out 10 years ago. 5th album by Spain's leading thrash band, Angelus Apatida, and Hidden Evolution. Man, this thing is so good. This one, I'm almost sure it was 2015 when this was first released. Yes, from Century Media. Still active, still putting out killer albums. But yeah, fantastic stuff from these Spain thrashers. And then pre-ordered. I got the CD as well. I think it's out of my truck right now, but finally the Hyrix came. Faster Than Death on red vinyl. Short songs, but boy do they kick ass. And it is, you know, it's not any longer than 20 minutes. So yeah, an EP. But man, this thing is so good. I just wish the songs were longer. But this album is so, the spine is so thick that I didn't want to put it in a sleeve and have it collapse on me. So what I did is one of the inserts that come Nuclear Blast will put one on the bottom, a cardboard and an insert on the top and the bottom. Well, I took that out and I put it in there. I just cut it down a little bit smaller on the 2 sides, slipped it in there, and that way it'll stay nice and hard. It won't hurt your spine at all. Your spine will stay where it's supposed to be. But yeah, killer. And then I ordered this from the band after watching a video. And this guy, Mike Evold, used to play for, now I'm trying to think of the band, I can't think of it. I lost it. I can't think of it. Anyway, Mind Wars with V, the second release. And but yeah, this thing is very good. If you've never heard Mind Wars, just go over to their Facebook, check them out. Great stuff. Killer thrash. And then of course the new Havoc EP, New Eyes, 2 new tracks and 2 covers on silver vinyl. Hopefully we'll get a new album from these guys. So, killer thrash. What we're listening to is a band called Void. A thrash band out of Lafayette, Louisiana. These guys were just signed to Shadow Kingdom Records. And of course, Savage Master is on there. Pounder is on Shadow Kingdom Records. So it's a good label. I've been buying from Shadow Kingdom for years. Decades probably. But these guys are coming out with their first full-length release. A proper release. They did have a CD out, but in limited quantity, so now a new label and re-recording of their album on vinyl, CD, and cassette called Horrors of Reality is the name of the album. These guys are phenomenal. I highly recommend checking this band out, Void, Louisiana, on Facebook. Check out their videos. Old school thrashing sound, has similarities of Annihilator, so just check them out. Back to what I've been spinning, some Aftermath out of Arizona. And this is limited to 250 straight from hell. Man, this thing is killer. Come out of Lost Realm Records. Lost Realm was known for kind of putting out obscure metal bands music. But yeah, this thing is really good. They're out of Tucson. They were around in '85. This is a repress by Lost Realm, but their first one is really hard to find here, and it's very pricey. But anyway, yeah, good Aftermath thrash. And going back to some earlier Heathen with Breaking the Silence. Man, this is a good album. Forgot how good this was on the Combat label. But killer thrash from '87. And yeah, everyone should own this. And then getting away from the thrash, just the straight metal here, I believe most of it is. Yeah, maybe some rock there too. But the new album from this trio out of New York City, Brooklyn actually, Sanhedrin, and their fourth album called Heat Lightning. Man, this thing is so good. So good. I think this is their best one to date. But this is on side 1, track 4, The Fight of Your Life. Go to YouTube, type that in there and listen to that, man. That is one killer track. Like I say, I think it's their best release to date. I mean, it shows how far they have progressed from the early days, which I have all their albums. But yeah, good stuff here from Sanhedrin. And then I wanted to hear some Japanese metal here from '87 on Metal Blade. Some Dead End with Ghost of Romance. Not a bad album. I haven't heard it in a while, but still a very solid album. Do I play it a lot? No, I don't. Once in a while. This being once in a while. But anyway, yeah, good stuff from Dead End here. And then, of course, one of my favorite new bands of the last 20 plus years. New release coming out very soon. And so I pulled out Primal Fear, Jaws of Death. And yeah, this thing is so good. I forgot how good this was. Final Command, Save a Prayer, Church of Blood, When the Night Comes, Horoscope, Kill the King, double album set, but yeah, mid-era, beginning to mid-era Primal Fear here. And originally what was this? Originally released, I can't think of it, I've been 2099 actually, so it's early. Initially only on CD and on vinyl. It came out in 2001, I believe, but I got them all. Check them out. And then something from my second favorite guitarist. This is kind of an anthology. In fact, yesterday was the anniversary of his death. Of course, he came from Free. He formed Backstreet Crawler, and then he did a lot of his own solo stuff. But I'm talking about this Koss album, Paul Kossoff. I mean, Tommy Bolin being my #1 guitarist of all time, and Paul Kossoff is #2 for me, and #3 is Steve Marriott. All three are different styles. Tommy was more versatile in all aspects of like jazz, blues, rock. Yeah, I mean, you name it, he could play it. Koss was more blues rock orientated, but still, I mean, fantastic licks he could put out there. But yeah, I forgot how good this was. But yeah, check it out, Koss. And then some German heavy metal. This is when I was doing radio online for Sonic Asylum Radio. I did radio for about 10 years. I haven't done it in like probably 3 years now, but I used to be known as the Metal War God. That was my name on online. But I got it off of this album from Sacred Steel called War Gods of Metal. I just flipped the words and became Metal War God. So, but this is a great album. This came out, I want to say it was like early in their career. What was it? 98 this came out on Metal Blade. And, but yeah, killer stuff. They got a new album coming out soon. Gonna be picking that up. From what I heard, it sounds fantastic. Getting down to the end here, guys. Got a couple left. I've been listening to some Deep Purple. I went back. Who Do You Think We Are? This was the yellow cover pressing, which is the purple pressing. Just the covers are slightly different. I think I have it right here. The other one, as you can see, the yellow and the blue, different covers. You know, one's Euro, one's American, or one's Canadian, one's a Canadian. One's a Canadian press. This is a German press on the purple label. And last two here, guys, from the same group, same album, different covers. Rabbit out of Canada. They only put 2 albums out. I had this version, cover version, for ever since I bought this Rabbit. You know, another great Canadian hard rock, melodic rock band. Loved it on the MCA label. So that came out in '81, and then of course this cover pressing, which is Rough and Ready, and this is the Canadian pressing. Different cover. I like this one better. And like I said, they have one other album. Only did 2. But anyway, guys, that's all I have for What's Spinning. Take care, everybody. We'll see you next time. Take care.